Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Positive Pods on the Positive Radio Network. My name is Jim Egan, and as you know, if you've listened to this podcast before, this is a podcast dedicated to sharing thoughts and ideas to help us live our lives in a positive way every day. So, the last few episodes, I was covering off each of the daily four. Covered off gratitude, and then last episode we covered off attitude, and I shared a story about Walter Payton, my opportunity to meet Walter. Today I want to go to the third of the daily four, which is courage. And so let's just talk about it. I jotted some notes down during the week, and so we'll just cover some of those off, right? So I believe, and I think if you've read some of the quotes out there, and one that Dr. Wayne Dyer said on the daily calendar was, to live a positive life, to live a purposeful life, you have to be a little bit rebellious. Okay, so you have to have courage to go against the mainstream, to go against others' beliefs of what you should do. You should listen to your heart. You should have courage. So what I wrote down was to live your positive and purposeful life, you have to be a bit rebellious. You have to have courage to pursue your dreams. So what is courage? Courage is about listening to your heart. Courage is about believing in your dreams, in your goals, what makes you come alive in your heart. Courage is about being a bit rebellious, as I said, but maybe just the courage to start, to be brave enough to start to do something towards your goal. Maybe you've been putting it off. Maybe you've been scared. We'll talk a little bit about that. But step out of your comfort zone. And I've got a couple ideas on how we can do that. Courage, life is going to throw us a whole bunch of stuff, right? It's going to challenge us mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And so having courage and building up courage, it allows you to push through those doubts, inner doubts, and those that are doubts coming from external sources, pushing through the critics' voices that are out there, pushing through the adversaries that don't want to see you succeed for whatever reason. But this is about your life. So, and you need to have the courage to do what's right. So, what are you afraid of? What am I afraid of? What is holding us back? Why don't we have the courage to take that step that we want to, the steps that we know we should, to pursue our life's dreams and to pursue more positive energy and a purposeful life for ourselves? So I came across this on the web, and courage. What's the opposite of courage? Is fear, right? Being afraid. And what is fear? Fear is the false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. And I realized that fear is a paper dragon, so to speak, when I met Bear Grylls. I don't know if you guys know Bear Grylls. He's a TV personality. He's on some survival shows. He's helping you kind of survive getting lost in the wilderness and so forth. And he does a celebrity version of that. He's a fantastic guy. I got a chance to meet Bear Grylls when I was in Ireland. And we were at a pendulum conference, and he was speaking at that event. And he talked about four things that help him overcome fear or help him succeed. And he talks about failure, fear, fire, and faith. And so if you know Bear, if you know his story, he says failure is the doorway you must go through if you're going to succeed. It's a doorway you must go through. Now, Bear was he told the story of when he was trying out for the British Special Forces, and little did people know that he failed his first attempt at that endeavor to becoming a British Special Forces member, and he tried again. And what he said is, failure is a doorway I must go through, so I'm going to do this again. And he pushed himself. He had the courage to continue to push. He says, he talks a little bit about when you're at your end, when you're at your breaking point, so to speak, have the courage to go a little bit farther, to push yourself a little bit harder. And that's when you're going to break through that doorway of failure. And he did. He became a special forces member of the British Special Forces. He also climbed Mount Everest. Believe it or not, I mean, he was a young man when he did that with his father. And he talked about it. He said, face your fear head on. When you move forward toward your fear, toward those fears that are holding you back, they simply melt away. So what he's saying is, see it, see the fear, feel the fear, know that it's there, but he wants to make friends with it. He wants to make it, help it motivate him to push on, to motivate him to take that next step, to dig a little deeper. And he says, as you move toward that fear, as you build your courage and you move toward that fear, the fear melts away. It's a paper dragon, and then you go right through it. So Bear was an inspiration for me in the context of having the courage to pursue it, having the courage to go after your dreams, and having the courage to dig down as far as you need, as far as you should, and as far as you can to achieve your goals, as I say. Courage is also in the Bible, and if you know anything about me, you know that I'm also very religious-based. I'm a spiritual person, and courage is faith over fear. Courage equals faith over fear, and you see it over my right shoulder here. May your faith be stronger than your fear, and that's really what it is. That's courage. Having courage is having faith that is stronger than fear. So be strong and courageous. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And that's Joshua 1:9, verse 9. Be strong and courageous, is the Bible saying. Be strong and courageous, and do not be discouraged, no matter what you face as an obstacle. Press on, for the Lord your God, for God will be with you wherever you go. And if he's with you, there's nothing you can't do. With God, everything's possible. So have the courage to pursue your dreams. Another quote that I really love, it's from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, is ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened for you. Ask, seek, and knock. Those are all action verbs. Those are all actions we should be taking. Have the courage to take the actions, the courage to take the actions to ask, to seek, and to knock, and the door will be open. So, what's holding you back? It's something I would ask you to think about, and maybe it's people around you saying that you probably won't succeed. Maybe they're putting doubts in your mind. Maybe you have doubts in your own mind about whether you can do what you want to do with your life. What I will say to you is this: go for it. See it. Face the fear. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. Go for it. Take a baby step every day. And that's what the Daily 4 is all about. It's about building up gratitude in our heart and being grateful for where we are and what we have, so that we can build a positive energy around us. And that positive energy comes through us, and it gives us courage. It fuels us to take that brave step forward, in spite of the doubters, in spite of the naysayers. And trust me, we all have them. I get folks kidding around with me all the time about my passions and about what I'm pursuing with my life, and it's okay. That's their belief. It's not mine. I believe in me. I believe that God's got a plan for me, and I'm seeing it unfold. And all I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm having courage to keep doing it. And that's what I'm asking you. Have the courage to do something this week. Take a baby step. I think about my friend Mick, who's in Ireland, and he was a neighbor of ours when we were living in Ireland, in Straffan, in the County Kildare. It's a beautiful area. And Mick is a dear friend and a wonderful husband. And he told me the story of talking about courage. He always kind of wanted to skydive, but he never did it. He never pursued it. and he said he's gonna do it. He's gonna take it, and he signed up, and he did it. Now I think COVID got in the way of him skydiving just yet, but I hope, if you're listening, Mick, I hope you're gonna sign up or hold that promise to yourself, and take a leap, if you will. Take a leap out of that plane, because it'll be the most invigorating thing in the world. Trust. That's what skydiving is. It's about trust. It's trust in the equipment, that it'll work. Trust in your skydiving trainer, your assistant, your partner, the person that you would, if you're tandem skydive, if you're going to skydive tandem, which you usually do when you're first time, you have to trust. And that trust requires courage. And so that's just an example. When I was 18 years old, graduating high school, my close buddy was the quarterback at our high school football team. I was the defensive back, and he got a scholarship to for football, playing at his university in Nebraska. And he said, "Would you go?" And I said, "I'd love to play. I want to keep playing football. I'm not going to get a scholarship. The money was already allocated out, so they were out of money. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go anywhere. I'm going to go, and I'm going to prove to myself, first and foremost, that I can play this game at the next level. And I'm going to prove to the coaches that they should have given him a scholarship to this kid." So I had the courage to leave home, to pack a bag, go halfway across the country, and know no one but my buddy. We weren't even living together, dorming together. It was a strange land. It was a lonely place, but I went, and I couldn't be happier because of what I did, because I went after it. I believed in myself, and I played well. I'm proud of what I did on that field, but more so than that, it proved to me that taking steps with faith, taking steps with courage, is what life's all about. If we don't grow, if we're not stepping out and we're not growing, we're going backwards. If you're not going forward, you're going backwards. So make a commitment to yourself this week. What are you going to do? What courageous act are you going to take for yourself today, this week, to move yourself closer to your dreams? Share them with me. Send me a note. jim.egan@purposefullife.org. I'll put it in the notes. Just send me a note saying, what are you going to do? I'd love to hear from you. So with that, I hope you have a great week. I wish you nothing but the best. Always thinking positive, and I'm sending you positive thoughts. And as I end every episode, I want you to think about the every day finding opportunities to laugh heartily, to learn something new, to feel love and emotion to the fullest, so that it brings you to tears of joy, tears of sadness. Feel it. Feel life today, and give love and support to those that need it. Life is about sharing. Life is about being in the service of others. So do that. Laugh today. Learn today. Love today, and give love today. If you do that, that's a full day. And if you follow the daily 4 of attitude, or gratitude, attitude, courage, and commitment, you're going to reach your dreams. You're going to live a positive and purposeful life. I have no doubt about it. I love you. Have a great week. We look forward to talking to you next week. Until then, take care. Stay positive. Bye-bye.